How to get credit cards without your social security number. Yes, you heard that right. You really can get credit cards without your social security number if you know exactly what to do, but I'm gonna show you exactly how. Let's go.
Noel. Yeah, she can fix that. If you gotta get it done, no, you need to do it better. Well, she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that. Let's fix that.
So when we are talking about credit cards and personal credit cards, let me first teach you about personal credit and how it works. So as many of you guys may know, there are 3 credit bureaus when it comes to personal credit. You have Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. And on each of those 3 credit bureaus, they are going to report what we call trade lines. Those are going to be open accounts for money that you have borrowed, and this is going to be how the credit reporting agency reports that information. So for example, if you have credit cards, if you have a mortgage, if you have auto loans, if you have student loans, those will all be reported on your personal credit report as trade lines. They'll report who the company is that loaned you the money, when the account opened up, how much you owe, how much it was when it started, and more importantly, how you are paying them. They will have a section on your trade line that says if you paid them 30 days late, 60 days late, or 90 days late. So it's tracking basically how well you have repaid debts that people have loaned you. And that is the thing that is really weird when it comes to personal credit and that most people have a hard time understanding. Because there are all different types of trade lines and different types of accounts, different ages, different, we have different situations. Different people will have different credit scores based on their own credit profile. So you could be sitting next to someone and you have the same credit card as them, but you have a much lower credit score than they do, for example, or vice versa. But this is because when it comes to personal credit, they are judging you on different things. It's not only the trade lines, but it's also what type of accounts you have, how long you've had the accounts, not just how well you've paid them, but how much of the limit you've used, and all different types of things will factor into your personal credit score. So when it comes to a personal credit score, it can be all over the place if you don't know what to do. And that's why I'm going to tell you exactly what to do so you can have the best credit score. So now that you understand personal credit and how credit scores and credit works, now let's talk about how you actually start to get some credit cards. So when you typically apply for a credit card, you guys may know, you may go to a website and you just put in your information, you put in your social security number, they will pull your credit report and then they will approve or decline you. In some cases, they'll approve you right on the spot and say, hey, you're approved, here's $1,000 or here's $500 or whatever the situation. And then they usually let you buy whatever you're going to buy and then they mail you the card later. That is the traditional way. The bad thing about when you do the traditional way of getting and applying for credit cards, there's some major things that happens. One, they have pulled your credit report, and every time a company, a lender, someone that wants to lend you money pulls your credit report, it is called a hard inquiry, meaning it will report literally on your credit report all of the people in the past 2 years, the past 24 months that have pulled your credit and considered you for financing in some way. So one of the things that hurts people's credit report is when they apply for lots of different credit cards and things like that. Every time you're applying for a credit card, you are literally lowering your credit score by 3 to 5 points if you are not approved. And this can really start to add up if you start to apply for different credit cards, Capital One and Chase and Citibank and all these different credit cards. Additionally, most of your credit card companies will not want you to have more than 5 hard inquiries for credit cards in the past 24 months. It's a rule we call as a secret, the 524 rule. So you really want to see if you can start getting credit cards without having to pull your credit. And there is a way to do it, and I'm going to tell you. So now let's talk about the secret way, the way that most people do not know. So like I said, you literally could go to CapitalOne.com and apply for a credit card and see if they approve you. But that is going to result in a hard inquiry. So now we want to talk about something different, applying and getting credit cards without having to use your social security number. So let me first explain to you the difference between a hard inquiry, where someone pulls your credit report, they look at the whole credit report, and then they put an inquiry on your credit report. There's also something called a soft pull, and this is the game changer. This is where they don't pull your whole credit report, but based on some of the things that you've already done and things that you have in public records, they know who you are. I know this is crazy. This scares some people, but we are in a very smart world. It's AI, it's artificial intelligence. They know who you are if you are in public records, and you literally can get into public records and start getting credit cards and credit card offers without them ever pulling your credit, just by doing a couple of these things. So the first thing that you want to do is say, yes, I need to get into public records, because I'm going to teach you a method that you can do where you never have to put your full social security number in. And again, I'm not talking about business credit. I'm talking strictly personal credit. The first thing though you need to do is get inside of public records. Let me tell you how to do that. So before I get into that, let me tell you, it's time for you to like this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you click that little notification bell so you do not miss any of this content. I am spilling all of the beans here, guys. So make sure that you are supporting the channel so that I can continue to bring you all of this content for free. So let's talk about public records. How you get into public records is absolutely amazing, and it's free. Have you ever been to like CVS or Kroger or Publix, different types of grocery stores that have those little cards? Well, you want to go ahead and apply for one of those cards so that you can get into public records. Because what they do is they gather all of that data into a database. If you've ever just opened up your mailbox and you had credit card offers, this is how they got your information. So here's an easy one that you can do, because you need to do like 2 or 3 of these in order to get into public records. And it'll take just a couple of weeks. But again, remember, this is how you're going to get credit cards without pulling your social security number, guys. So it's worth it. You want to go to, for example, like CVS, okay? And they have a rewards card. And you go ahead and you get that rewards card. You fill it out with your first name, your last name. Use the address that you currently have that you're going to use for the credit cards, okay? So don't start using different addresses. You want to use your full name spelled the way that you use it on your credit report. You want to use an address that you physically live at that you're going to use for these future credit cards. And you want to make sure that you do this at more than one place. You don't want to do just CVS, but you can do other places like CVS, Walgreens, Kroger's, different rewards programs. Well, all of those free rewards programs basically will send your information into public records. And I know some of you guys are like, no, Noelle, I don't want to be in public records. I don't want them to know my information. Well, you're going to have to do it. This is how you're going to be able to unlock hundreds of thousands of dollars in credit. You need to be on the grid, okay, guys? You cannot just stay off the grid and get all of this money. They need to know that you're a real person, that you're not some hermit living in a cave. They want to make sure you're a real human, productive, and in the economy. So go ahead and get those accounts for free. Get those rewards cards. Wait till they come into the mail. In the next few weeks, you will start getting credit card offers in the mail from some of these companies. But I'm going to tell you a faster way to get those credit cards. Okay, so here is the fast secret ways, guys. It is a method called the shopping cart method. And this is something that I have used because someone taught this to me and then I tried it and it absolutely worked. But you have to do step 1 first that I just told you about. So all you have to do is, for example, and I'm going to give you the example that I used. You go to victoriassecret.com. You start putting some things in your shopping cart. When you go to pay for those things, it will offer you to apply for credit. And if you are in public records, and again, you want to go into incognito mode. I'm giving you all the tea here, guys. You want to use Chrome, okay? You don't want to use Safari or Internet Explorer. You want to use Chrome, and you want to use an incognito mode, okay? If you don't know what this is, you need to learn it. It's called Chrome incognito mode. And this is where they can't see all of your history and you're kind of hidden a little bit. But this is going to let you know if you're able to do this right now or if you have to wait a couple of weeks. You go into Victoria's Secret in incognito mode, you put a couple of things in your shopping cart, put at least $200 in there, and then when you go to buy it, it's going to offer you to apply for credit. And when it only asks you for those last 4 digits of your Social Security, it doesn't ask you for the full Social Security number, you will know that is a soft credit card pull. Okay, they are not pulling your full credit report, and they'll usually approve you for a smaller amount. It's not going to be $10,000, guys. It's probably only going to be $500 or $1,000. Mine was $1,000, and this is how you do it. And there's no hard inquiry on your credit report. That's the amazing thing about it. So if you go in there and they ask you for your full Social Security number, don't do it. That's a hard inquiry. They're pulling your whole credit. But if you've put yourself in public records and you go in there, it's going to, when you put your name and your address in there, it's going to pull that information and know who you are, and it's not going to need your full social security number. They're going to see that you're a real person, and they're going to give you a shot. Okay, they're going to give you a shot like, hey, let me give her $500, let me give her $1,000, let's see what happens. And this is how you get those first credit cards. But this is how you do it without using your full social security number. Use incognito mode, only put the last 4 digits in, and boom, they'll approve you. It happens. And if they don't, and they're asking for your full, just wait and do it. Try it again in a week. But I'm telling you, once you get in public records, they will know who you are just by putting your name and your address in there. Okay, guys, so there you have it. I am so excited to share this information with you guys. This is working for me, this is working for my students, and I want to make sure that I'm helping as many people as possible. I want to make sure you have all of the tools, all of the resources, and all of the knowledge that you need to be successful. Make sure you watch all of the videos in this playlist. Make sure, again, you smash that like button, subscribe to my channel so I can keep bringing you all of this content every day for free. This is Noelle, to your success.